Labels in hazardous solid waste management is going to have a very important and a significant role. As I have told, the hazardous solid wastes are these are having ignitability, corrosibility, toxicity, and then flammability, explosivity. These will immediately or within over a period of time, it is going to cause danger to the human life. So, whenever we are going to deal with these particular hazardous materials, the people who are handling it should be very cautious when they are going to handle. In order to create awareness regarding the hazardous waste management, because these particular hazardous material they will be stored in a particular containers. Okay, so what is there in the container, the outside people will not be able to know it. So whenever we handle it, or in order to create an awareness regarding people who are there in that particular surrounding area, they should know that there is an hazardous material is there in that particular container. So in order to create an awareness, we are going to use these particular labels. If the labels are not there, then it is difficult to recognize that there is an hazardous material is there in that particular container. So that is the reason why we use the labels. Now we are having the different kind of labels. We are going to have it for a different kind of or a different characteristics of these hazardous waste. So here we can see there is an skull is there, skull along with the your bones. It is present in this particular label. It shows that it is going to be acute toxic. That means if there is any kind of a spillage is there, then it is going to cause acute toxicity to the people who are going to be there in that surrounding area. Okay, so this particular label will be utilized for various kind of chemicals which is going to have the acute toxicity. Okay, next is we are going to have the health hazard. Okay, this particular label, there is a human along with that. It is having one particular symbol which shows that it is an health hazard to the human. This particular label will be again used for the harmful chemicals, right? I mean any kind of a solid, if it is there in the solid form or in the some of the gaseous waste also, we are going to use these particular health hazard symbol. Okay, there is a human along with one particular there is an it is going to create the problem to the human being. So in order to signify that, we will be using this particular health hazard symbol. Next is the flammable. See, might be this particular flammable label you have already seen in case of the petrol carrying vehicles, or say you are going to use various kind of the deodorants. See, your deodorants, if you observe on that particular deodorant, this particular flammable label you can see. If you spray that particular deodorant, and if you have a fire in front of it, that particular liquid will generate the flame. So in order to prevent the accidents, we will be seeing this particular flammable label on the deodorants, or wherever you are going to carry these particular diesel, petrol, or wherever LPG is there on these particular vehicle, we will be using this flammable symbol. See, flammable symbol means the people should be very careful when we are going to have it, because on driving, particularly regarding the tankers, when the people are driving the vehicle on the roads, the person who is there in the beside vehicle, he might throw some of the flame catchable material like say cigarette and all, they may throw on that particular road. So if there is a small spillage of the petrol on the road, if it is there also, then it may lead to the serious problem to the people who are going to be there in the surrounding areas. Okay, now this particular symbol is for, this is regarding the flammable symbol. Okay, now this particular gas cylinder, the vehicle which is going to carry the gases will be having this particular label. We call it as an the gas cylinder label. Since the gas, okay, the gas, you know that if even at one particular place, if there is an spillage of gas is there, and then a person who is going to have even a spark of your light or spark of the flame, then also it is going to create the then also it is going to catch the fire. So this we are going to use in case of your gas carrying vehicles. Then exploding bomb, this particular symbol we are going to use it in our ammunition labs, or wherever we are going to store, or wherever we are going to create these ammunitions, there we will be using these particular exploding bomb. And usually these ammunitions storage facility or ammunition creation facility will be, it should be far away from the population, or else it is going to create too much hazard to the people who are going to live in the surrounding areas. So this is the symbol for the bomb like a material. The next is this particular, we are going to have this exploding bomb on the ammunition factories or ammunition storage facilities. Next is the corrosive. This particular corrosive, these we basically use it for the chemical which are corrosive in nature. If it is open to the atmosphere, there is some of the chemical which is going to have the characteristics to react with the metal which is there in that particular surrounding. Then it may it may corrode that particular material, the metal. So here this particular corrosive label we are going to use it for the particular chemicals. Next is this particular exclamatory symbol, it will be used for the skin irritation, wherever the chemicals or the gases or some of the solids which is going to have the skin irritation kind of a thing, there we are going to use this particular symbol. We use it for the chemicals, solids and the gases which is going to have the skin irritation kind of an effect. So these particular labels is going to play a very important role in a day-to-day life, because it is going to create an awareness that that particular container is going to have the hazardous material. In real life you can see these particular labels which will be used as the warning kind of a signs. So here the first one I have as shown in the label, it is for the corrosive, and it is for explanation mark, it is for the skin kind of a irritation, then it is for the exploding bomb, then it is for the cross bones and skull, it is for the acute toxicity, and then the flame is for the flammable material, and it is for the gas under pressure. This particular symbol we are going to use it for the gas under pressure. Then this is the environment. There are certain chemicals which is going to create the impact on environment. So for such kind of a waste material, hazardous material, we are going to use this particular symbol. And then these are the health hazard which are going to have the carcinogenic effect. Then mutation, it is going to cause a problem on mutations. Then it is going to target organ toxicity. So for such kind of characteristics we are going to have it. Then this is nothing but a flame over a circle. This is used for the flammable kind of a material. These you can see in a day-to-day life. Some of the labels you have might be already seen. Now there is one more kind of a label that you will be using it on the vehicle. Suppose the hazardous material is there in a container or in a box, the details regarding it will be there on that particular box or a container. See here you can have the federal law prohibits the improper disposal. Here you can have the shipping name, the company which is going to ship it, there it is going to have that particular company's name. Then generator, who has generated this waste, okay, their name, the company or generator there the name of them it will be there, and then the address of the generator, then city from where it belongs to, then state, then the code, then it is going to have the date of accumulation wherever when it has come to the particular shipping for the accumulation, that particular detail it will be there, and then the state EPA number. Okay, the state will be having some epic number, so that will be there on this particular hazardous waste. So it is going to give the details regarding the hazardous waste. And one more thing, you might have observed that on the flammable kind of liquid, if the material is going to take, then the technical details like its a chemical compound, and then its atomic weight, its molecular weight, that also you may sometimes see on the vehicles. So this is nothing but the importance of the labels, regarding the labels on the hazardous waste material. You can see we store these particular hazardous waste material into a particular kind of a container. We cannot keep it directly exposed to the atmosphere because it's of its reactivity, corrosibility, toxicity, and due to the hazardous characteristics of it. So whenever we are going to have these particular hazardous waste, we should be always keep it close, right, with the whenever we want to take it open, we should, here where there is an opener is there for this particular tank, from that particular opener we should take it. Okay, always we should take care that these particular hazardous waste should be always closed. Container that used for storage of the waste material shall be based upon its characteristics. We need to select the container. For example, the corrosive acid or caustic solutions are stored in either fiberglass or in a glass lined container to prevent the deterioration of the metals in the container. Great care must be taken, okay, and also be exercised to avoid storing incompatible waste in the same container or at the location. Figures show a typical drum, okay, used for the storage of the hazardous waste. You can see here there is an vent is made for the closure, and the top head will be there. It should be always closed, and the body it is made up of the either glass fiber or and like that we are going to have it. And then these particular when this particular container is heavy in weight, so it should not disturb its body. For that particular reason we have made the rolling hoops over here. This is going to help in easily rolling down the containers when it is having too much heavy weight, and it can be easily loaded into the vehicles. Okay, then here it is again the bottom closed drum is there, bottom head is also we have provided. Now this particular circle will be there. This is at the top, this particular label we are going to use it. This particular label is going to tell you the details regarding the LDC, means the symbol of the manufacturer. Okay, then DOT 17E, it represents that specification number. If that particular hazardous material is going to have some specification, that it is going to represent. Then 20, here 20/18 is written. This particular 20 is nothing but the gauge of the body, 18 is nothing but the gauge of the top and bottom, and 55 is capacity is in gallons. Okay, so 55 is written here, it is 55 is the capacity in gallons. Then 74 is the year of manufacture. This particular 74 it is nothing but the year of manufacture of that particular hazardous material. And STC is nothing but the single trip container. Okay, STC is nothing but this particular container can be used only at once, that is single trip container. Okay, the waste generator or a specialized hauler generally collects the hazardous waste for delivery to the treatment or disposal. The loading collection vehicles is completed either in the following ways. Okay, First one is the waste stored in the large capacity tanks are either drained or pumped into the collection vehicles. These can be drained or it can be pumped by the larger. If the larger capacity of the tanks are there, then it can be drained or pumped. The waste stored in the sealed drums, okay, are loaded by hand or by mechanical equipments. Okay, then the stored containers are transported unopened. That means it should be completely packed to the treatment and disposal facilities to avoid accidents and possible loss of life from collection to till disposal or collection till the destination. Okay, the equipment used for collection vary with the waste characteristics, and typical equipment are listed as below in this particular table. Okay, now the table, we have divided this particular table into the waste kind of a category. That is nothing but according to characteristics we are going to divide the equipments. So we are going to have the 5 kind of categories, that is radioactive, toxic chemicals and biological waste, then the flammable waste, explosive waste. All these are nothing but the different kind of characteristics of a hazardous waste material, and it should be carried in what kind of a vehicle, that we are going to see. Radioactive substances should be carried in the various types of trucks and railroad equipment depending upon the characteristics of the waste. Special marking to show safety hazard, as I have shown in the previously I have shown you the labels. The safety labels should be used, and heavy loading to the handle concrete encased lead container. Then the toxic chemicals. Okay, now flatbed trucks for waste stored in drums. We are going to use these kind of drums for storing the chemicals, and then a tractor trailer also we can use for the large volume of waste. We can use the railroad tank cars, we also can use, and it should be stored in glass or fiberglass or rubber. Then the biological waste. Okay, standard packers collection truck with some special precautions. I have told while telling you the biomedical waste, we should use the biological hazard label when we are going to carry this. I have shown the symbol cytotoxic and the biohazard label we should use. If you remember, that particular label we should use when we are going to handle the biological waste. Then the flammable waste. Okay, these should be used for the toxic chemicals with the special colorings. Okay, and with some safety warning, as I have shown in the previously I have shown you the label. That particular label, it should be used for these particular flammable waste, and this flammable waste is going to be extremely hazardous if there is an precautionary measure has not been taken. Then explosive, same as those toxic chemicals, restriction on transport routes. Okay, especially through the residential areas. The explosives should be avoided by taking from one origin to destination. If it has to reach any kind of a destination, we should avoid by taking the route of wherever there is an residential areas are there. So these are the different kind of the equipments that we are going to use in order to transport the vehicle from one point to the another. Okay, the hazardous waste should be treated before it should be disposed, but there are some problems that we are going to face in countries like India, that is developing countries, regarding these hazardous waste. So in while we are going to discuss what kind of problems the countries like India is going to face regarding the management of hazardous waste. So first is the lack of necessary rules, plans, regulations and instruction on different aspects of collection and disposal of waste. Might be we are having too much of rules and regulations, but these rules and regulations are not strictly followed in the countries like India. Due to that, you can see the various kinds of the hazardous waste things have been happened in India. For example, the methyl isocyanide in Bhopal, and just now we have seen the gas explosion in Vizag. So it is due to the lack of the plans, rules and regulations, and also due to the carelessness of the people. Then next is the lack of hazardous waste prevention activities. Might be our industries, they are more interested towards the profit gaining rather than the lives, the people's life. They are more worried about the more profit. So they are whatever the things are there, they are not going to give the protective kind of an equipments to the people, since it is going to take a lot of amount. So that is the reason why they are not interested towards the waste prevention activities. Okay, next is the shipment of hazardous to developing countries from the developed countries is not tracking properly. And in countries like India, what we are going to do is mixing the hazardous waste with the domestic or commercial waste, which is going to be very very danger, because these hazardous waste are highly reactive. Whenever they are going to mix with the municipal waste, the municipal waste will be normally, it will be having some amount of moisture, and when it is going to react with the radioactive material or the hazardous waste material, it is going to react with moisture, it is going to have some reaction, and it will be ultimately, it will be proven more hazardous. So we need to take care when we are going to handle these particular hazardous material. Then the lack of collection facilities for the hazardous waste, we are going to have these lack of collection facilities for these hazardous waste. Then information about waste production rates corresponding to the recorded waste generation is usually missing. Usually our factories, what they do is whatever they are producing, they are not, they whatever it is there, they are not going to disclose it with the government. So it is going to create a problem to the if any kind of an explosion of any kind of an accident is going to take place, it is going to create a problem. Okay, the waste developing countries information system is not detailed enough to gather information about the concentration of these hazardous waste. Then lack of priority sectors for the prevention of hazardous waste. See, hazardous waste, we should take it as an priority, but what is happening is we neglect these hazardous material. So that is the reason why the countries like India is going to face the problem due to these hazardous waste. The absence of specific policies dedicated to management of the hazardous waste is also not there. Due to that also we are going to face the problem. So these are the various problems associated with the hazardous waste management, and why the hazardous waste are not going to be properly maintained or managed in India. Now in tomorrow's class we are going to see what are the different type of treatment of hazardous waste treatments are there. That is the physical and chemical treatment. In the physical and chemical treatment, we are going to have study regarding filtration, clarification, then dewatering, chemical precipitation, chemical oxidation and reduction, then solidification, stabilization. Then in the thermal treatment, we are going to discuss regarding the incineration and pyrolysis. And the last one is the biological treatment. In this, we are going to discuss regarding the land treatment, enzymatic systems, then the composting, aerobic and anaerobic treatment, and at the end we are going to see regarding the disposal of a hazardous waste by having the deep well injection, land burial, and the ocean disposal. Okay, in today's class we have seen what are the different kinds of a label that we are going to use in the hazardous waste management. These particular labels, I have shown you what are the actual symbols along with these particular labels, and then I have also told regarding what are the different kind of a container or the equipment we are going to use to store the hazardous waste material, and just I have given one example of the chemical. Okay, this is the diagram for the chemical storage. This is just one example for storing of the hazardous material. And then I have talked regarding the equipments used for collection based upon the characteristics of a different kind of an hazardous waste material and the various equipment or the vehicle that we are going to use. This we have discussed in a detail in today's class regarding the how to manage the labels, then collection of the equipment, and then moving equipment. This we have studied in detail in today's class. We are going in for moment we will be using the trains, then trucks, and then your big container vehicles which are moving on a road for explosives, it should not be moved. We need to take care. Explosives should not be moved on a residential areas. So all these things we have discussed in today's class. Okay, hazardous waste we should take utmost care when we are going to deal, because it is going to deal with the life of the people. So we need to take utmost care.